This is Levels of Geek Podcast, bringing you the latest topics in cinema. Plus, fun facts about your favorite franchise and more. And now, your host of Levels of Geek Podcast, Holly Bad Al and Ken.
Welcome everyone to this new episode. This is episode 2 of Levels of Geek Podcast. I'm your host, Holly Mad Al, and my co-host is Ken from Mid-Level Media. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? I am live and in person from the apocalypse.
Yeah, so last week, if you guys tuned in, we had our apocalypse, how it's affecting the movie industry. Technically, we were the first.
Yeah, we really
to technically
got it on the ground floor there.
Yeah, we did. So we're going to continue a little bit on that, and then we're going to go right into a lot of talks in movies that we watched and what are coming out. And go from there, I guess, right?
Yep.
So let's get right into the first topic. The first topic is more movies have been shut down. So we got The Matrix 4 has been halted now. So The Matrix is now getting the boot. Then you got Quiet Place, which I don't think we talked about in the last one.
No, that happened Thursday morning.
Yeah. So Quiet Place, John Krasinski came out.
Yeah, that was really the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was the one. I think I texted you about that, and that was the first one that kind of hit me. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, you knew something was wrong when Quiet Place 2
that was coming out in 8 days from when they delayed it. It's supposed to be
the
out
20th.
this Friday.
Yeah, March 20th was supposed to be released. Fast and the Furious got hit with the bug, and guess what? It's getting released now from May 2020 to April 2nd, 2021. Yeah. So now you have to wait a whole new year to see Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that one actually made a lot of sense because that is a worldwide franchise. So it would make sense that they would push it an entire year to just make sure the entire world was cleared up by then.
Yeah. And then the next one is the New Mutants, which I know we did not tackle that.
Yeah.
That has been halted.
I feel so bad for that movie.
It could been hit with everything.
How many times has it been delayed? It was supposed to come out in like April of 2018. Keeps getting delayed, and it's like it was set to come out, no problems, ready to go, and then this shit hits.
Then you have Apple Originals, which is the Apple streaming service. They have their own movies and talk shows and all that, and they halted on all their programs from The Morning Show, The Foundation, and For All Mankind. So those all got hit with the bug. And then a lot of Netflix scripted TV and film productions are out for 2 weeks in the United States and Canada starting March 16th. And it also affected your favorite show, Stranger Things. That got halted due to coronavirus.
Is it wrapped filming?
No. They It says Stranger Things, which is filming its 4th season, production filming in other location has been.
I figured they would have had that finished by now, ready to go.
I don't know,
but I wasn't sure what released. But they already did a teaser for it, so I thought that one was ready to go.
No, I think Dave Hardball, he's doing a lot of other projects.
Yeah,
he has to come
Finn
back.
Wolfhard, he's in pretty much every single
kids movie,
scary movie out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Next on the list is, of course, movie theaters. That affects people like you, me, and other YouTubers that cover movies and watch new movies on their releases. Regal Cinema will close all theater locations starting March 17th until further notice.
Yeah.
We don't know when they're opening those damn doors. Meanwhile, AMC said it will limit the number of people in the theaters at 1 to 50, according to Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
So, does it affect you, my friend?
I mean, it affects me quite a bit, as you know. I mean, I go to the movies every week, maybe 1-2 times a week. I mean, I try to catch up and see all the new releases. So, I mean, this is, it's a little, I don't want to say reassuring, but it's not because I can't go. So it's not like I'm missing anything. They're just not coming out. But I mean, it's very disheartening as a film fan right now, for sure. And
it pretty sucks. It's like you have to go in with a hazmat, like in a big hazmat suit, like.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to downplay. Obviously, watching the newest movie releases is the least important thing to worry about at this point. But we do a movie related podcast. I mean, it's relevant to what we're talking about. And I mean, it's upsetting for sure. Yeah,
I mean, the first and foremost is always safety of the public and the people that are sitting down and watching horrible movies or good movies in the theater.
I like both.
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves cheesy movies, bad movies, and good movies. But next on the topic, since we're just going to continue going down this roller coaster, Universal is going to be the biggest. I think this is going to be the biggest move in movie. Out of the movie industry, this is a big move from a big major movie company. Yeah. Universal Pictures is going to do one of the biggest moves. Is they're going to release all their movies on Fridays on demand for $20, and you get to watch it for 48 hours before you get cut off. I think that's huge.
Starting with Trolls World Tour. I am pumped for this. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, so starting March 20th.
This is really going to change the game, I think. And this is something that people have been predicting was going to happen for quite some time now. As the movie theater attendance kind of goes down in years, or at least kind of dwindling in some aspects. You still have your big tentpole releases that make a bajillion dollars, but for a lot of movies, it's kind of gone down in recent years. And there's been talks of moving movies to streaming, just straight up, pay for it at home instead of going out to the theater. So I think that this is going to really jumpstart that into motion.
I agree with you. I mean, it's starting off with Invisible Man. Movies that are already released by Universal Pictures that's already in a theater is coming out March 20th. Invisible Man, Emma, which is a comedy drama, and The Hunt, the thriller, The Hunt. Those movies are coming out. I haven't seen Invisible Man. You saw it, and a lot of people were like, dude, you should watch it, including you. You were like, you should watch it, you might like it. So I'm like, wow, with $20, I could wait on Friday, watch it. I think this is a plus. And now what I'm saying, this is going to be huge. And you tackled it too. Movies like Black Widow that people were like, I really don't want to go to the theater to watch it. Like me, I don't want to go to the theater to watch it. Now I could go, wait a minute. If it's on demand, I could change my story now because I'm home. I don't have to buy popcorn. I could just go right in my pantry and whip it out.
$20, boot up Scarlett Johansson kicking ass. It's a good night. You don't have to pay $10 for popcorn. I mean, don't have to
invite a lot of friends. Invite. Oh, now you can't invite. You have to have social distance. But let's say no one had the virus, and let's say this did come out. You can invite a couple of your friends over and have a Marvel party.
And that's why it probably won't happen beyond this for at least the major films. Because they know that. Yeah. But I think for a film like The Invisible Man, The Hunt, Bloodshot, movies that don't draw a big crowd, those are perfect movies to release at home for $20. Because I think that they'll make even more money being released at home.
Yeah, I mean, it puts more eyes to the screen. Actually to the film.
I can tell you right now, Disney will resist as long as possible to do anything like that.
Oh, Disney would not.
Yeah, in my opinion, but... You're saying that Universal is going to do this for all their movies for the rest of the year?
Yes. Yeah. It says movies will be available on the wide variety on demand services, including their own partner company, Philadelphia-based cable giant Comcast, and its European Sky. For a 48-hour rental period and suggested retail price of $19.99, the movies will also be released on platforms including iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Prime, and Fandango Now, which is now part of NBC Universal.
That's interesting because that indicates that they don't see this as some kind of a temporary thing. They see this as something they're going to move to maybe kind of permanently. Unless they know something we don't, they think, the virus is going to carry into 2021, but which it very well could.
Yeah, I mean, it says ticket sales in the United States and Canada were $55.3 million on all films from Friday through Sunday, marking the weakest box office weekend in more than 20 years. Reviews fell 45% from previous weekend. Yeah. They had to do it. I mean, looking at it number-wise, they had to. Bloodshot, which I was like, it's going to be big, underperformed, which, I mean, come on. Let's be honest, Vin Diesel only franchise is Fast and the Furious.
People just weren't going to the movies this weekend. So I think that this weekend's kind of an anomaly when it comes to box office. I don't know if you can judge it that harshly, just based on everything that's going on in the world and people not going out in public right now.
No. I mean, you're right. And then, and also, we're talking about Disney. Disney did release early Star Wars and Frozen 2 on Disney Plus.
I know. I came home Friday night and my daughter was watching Frozen 2 on Disney Plus. I'm like, how'd you get this already? I didn't know it was on there. I was been at work all day.
He's like, did you buy that? Yeah. No, but Frozen 2, they put it up. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Star Wars, The Rise of Crap Walker, that is, if you already pre-ordered it. Yeah, no one cares about it. But if you already pre-ordered it on iTunes, Amazon Prime, you can get those now.
That's not on Disney Plus, though. It's
not, yeah.
Just, you buy it on demand, right?
Yeah, if you pre-ordered it, you already got it. They're releasing it early. Frozen 2 is the only one that they released so far. So I think that's a big move for Disney.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that just came out maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I mean, yeah.
It's a big step, and I mean, yes, it's scary. Yeah, it is scary, but you know what? People are gonna try to make money some way, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and who would have thought a year ago that Disney would be in this kind of position? Just with, and it's not just movies. It's the parks are closing. Like all of their avenues for revenue, besides Disney Plus, are kind of disappearing. So I mean, they got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They have to. And then now my trip. I mean. Now we can talk about it. My trip pretty much is canceled.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject.
you just hurt my heart. I can't be in my Disney trip. So it's pretty much like, it sucks. Now I don't have 007 in April. And now I don't got Disney. But it's like, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. I can't control viruses and people cleaning their hands.
I had a couple people I worked with this past weekend talking about it because they had Disney trip planned within the next couple weeks, and I mean, it sucks, especially when you plan it.
And you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Here you go. Here goes something crazy. Shoot. I watched Celine Dion perform March 7th. She got sick the next day. They canceled her tour.
Yeah. Well, they probably would have canceled it anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't have canceled. Yeah, but she got sick. She had flu-like symptoms the next day.
It's not the coronavirus, is it?
No. She had like a flu. So she had like the flu.
Did you hear that Idris Elba now has the coronavirus?
And Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks gave it to him.
You think?
Because he didn't want to say it. He said that he got it from...
Are they on the same movie?
I think they're in the same movie. Because he didn't say where he got it from.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was around someone that had it, and everyone's like, Tom Hanks. He was like, Tom Hanks gave it to him. Woody gave it to what's his name? Watchtower? What's his name? In Thor? the guy who watched
Heimdall. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it like Heimdall or something?
Yeah. He didn't see it coming. No, but anyway, let's talk about movies now. All right, so Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler, Kevin Garnett. That's pretty much the two biggest dudes that I know in the movie. That I went, oh, he's in the movie. But
and Lakeith Stanfield. I don't know if you know him. He does a lot of pretty good stuff. He did that. I don't know if you saw Sorry to Bother You, which is like a little indie film that came out 2018. He was in Get Out also. He was the guy that got taken in the very beginning. So he does some good work in other movies, and he's great in that movie, in Uncut Gems. But
wait a minute, he's the one that the one that worked for him. That sold the fake Rolex.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He hung out with Kevin Garnett, and he left him in the training camp, and then he had to take the bus home.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's familiar.
Yeah.
Other than that, those three, everybody else is like
the girl, like his wife for one is Elsa from Frozen.
I didn't know that.
Adina Menzel, I think is her name, and she rarely acts in anything. I think she's a Broadway musical star, but she's the voice of Elsa, and they somehow got her to be in that movie as his wife. And then the other girl, like his side girlfriend, She was a complete unknown. Like she's some kind of an Instagram model or something that they scooped up. And I thought for her first movie, she did a terrific job in it as well.
She was good.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was a
first time actress. I mean, it was an amazing performance, but everybody in that movie is so good. I just love it. I love every performance. Kevin Garnett, who I don't think he's been acting that long, or
he was good.
Yeah, he was great too. Like this, I don't know if it's just when you see that kind of stuff, like you have to point to the direction and how they're directed. So, I mean, the Safdie brothers, I think, deserve a lot of the credit there.
Well, I mean, they do deserve the credit, and the thing that made it work for Kevin Garnett is he's playing himself. So it's not like he's playing another character. He's playing a basketball player, which is himself.
Yeah.
So he's in the norm in that. For me, it was a lot of. I'm not gonna say the movie was horrible. The movie's not horrible. The movie was good.
It's a tough movie to get into because it took me a while to get into it, sitting in the theater and watching it. Like, I didn't know what to think first 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very slow burn.
Yeah.
I mean, slow burn. And Adam Sandler, like I even said it on the review that I have on my channel, did he deserve an Oscar? No, I don't think he did. Like, I was like, okay, he was great. I'm not saying he was horrible.
Yeah.
But I still think he needs more. I mean, he did. Like, I mean, I love that everyone's giving him recognition that he did a good job. I'm like, that's good. But I still think, like, Robert Williams took a while before he got himself an Oscar. He didn't get on the first try that he did his own solo movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think his first movie was Good Will Hunting when he won an Oscar.
I actually randomly watched his Oscar clip when he won the Oscar, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And it was just the best thing I've ever seen. I was just scrolling through stuff on YouTube. It was an awesome speech.
Yeah, he's a great like a guy who does speech. He's really good at that.
And it just made me sad because, you know, he's not with us anymore, but, you know.
Yeah. We could cover him too in another episode. Yeah. But in terms of Adam Sandler, look, he was amazing at the character, which is funny because it doesn't stray away from the characters he played. It's just he did him a little bit serious.
He has this I don't know, he has this weird like voice that he does in the movie. It's like it sounds like him, but then there's like some kind of weird, I don't want to say like Jewish undertone because I know he's Jewish in the movie, but it's, I don't know, it's this weird thing he does with his voice, and it took me a while to adjust to it, but once I did, I just really got into his character.
Yeah, he reminded me of, I mean, I don't want to sound racist, but he sounded like a Jewish Dracula, like from his Transylvania movie. That's when he sounded like he was a loud.
Talked to Kevin Garnett, he was like, KJ. Like it was this weird kind of like New Yorker mixed with Jew. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, like I said, he was a loud cursing Jewish jeweler. Right? That's what he was. He was a Jewish jeweler.
Yeah.
But he was pawning people's stuff so he could gamble.
And just the way they incorporated like music into it, which is kind of, I mean, I end up loving it, but it's kind of the reason why it took me a little bit to get used to it. In the beginning, they're like blasting the music. I don't know if you noticed that. And like they're talking and, you know, conversing inside the store, and they're just blasting the score that's like drowning out the conversations to where you can barely hear or know what's going on. But it's very like off-putting. It keeps you off balance. And I think that's why some of the scenes later on in the movie work so well, is because the beginning, just the way they use the music intermixed with the dialogue, it kind of throws you off kilter, and then you're kind of struggling to recover for the rest of the movie. And by the end, like I was just full of anxiety. I was a mess just watching that final 30 minutes with the sports scene and all that stuff.
That was the other thing that threw me off was the color was very horrible. I don't know if it was due to the Blu-ray, but that saturated orange mixed with the blue and the red, like you notice it more in the beginning.
Yeah.
You notice those weird colors that is just saturated across the board. I was like, whoa. I'm like, if this was a 4K release, it would have been I even said it on my review. It would have been 100 times better because those more data, you could smooth it out and it would fit. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's a director's style of that grinny, grungy look.
I'm kind of dumb when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I didn't really notice it that much. That's why you're the 4K ultra geek.
Yeah, it has like the ultra HD. I'm thinking of my damn channel. It had like the J.J. Abrams style with the flare. Like if there's certain scenes that when he's looking at the rock, you see the flare flash quick.
Yeah.
It's not as noticeable, but when you see him standing, you see orange and blues and all these colors, and I'm like, whoa! I'm like, this is horrible on Blu-ray. I was like, this is bad.
Are you just talking about like how it's like when he walks into the club and it's all like saturated in blue because of the black light?
Yes. Yeah. Because if you watch John Wick, perfect example. John Wick, he goes into the club. It's smooth as hell in 4K. You don't know. It's not blue as blue. Like he's just it's behind the blue.
I almost wonder if that's the filmmaker's intention, if that was intentional, and if it's almost like maybe they wanted it to look like you were looking through the prism of a gem. Maybe.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because maybe it was like a style of a grungy style
and that's
to it.
Kind of how Good Time was too. I don't know. You'd have to watch that to only it was more reds in that one than blues. There was some blues and pinks in Good Time too, but it was mostly like kind of had like a reddish filter to it.
Yeah.
So I think that might just be their style, but also it's really low budget. So, I mean, that could have something to do with it as well. I don't know if maybe they don't have the best equipment. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for a big movie, I mean, most likely they're using a red camera.
John Wick, they had, better stuff, better access, higher budget. I don't know. Again, I'm dumb when it comes to like the actual film quality and things like that. So when I watch a movie, I rarely pay attention to that. And it's more about like how certain scenes are directed and performances and stuff like that I really pay attention to. But yeah.
I mean, because of the way that I do the channel reviews and stuff, I always review the
I'm always just in awe of like just kind of watching you break all that stuff down, because I'm like, I wish I could notice that kind of stuff, but I just I can't.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like this again, it's nothing against the film. Like I said, the film was great. I just wished it was a 4K release to see if that was their intention with those colors. Because if you could watch, for a perfect example, if you watch a Star Trek movie, J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek on Blu-ray, then you put it on 4K, you totally see the two differences in terms of color.
Do you?
Yeah, because what happens is the 4K could hold more data. So that means all the scenes will get better, smoother versions of it. Yeah. Whereas in a Blu-ray, you have to compress everything just to fit the movie, because you have to put the 7.1 surround, you have to have whatever. So that means if a color is super green and it's not supposed to be like that green, they're going to have to compress it. Whereas the 4K, you could put it raw.
Yeah.
And you could have the natural camera look on a 4K disc. That's why I love 4K over the Blu-rays, because you get a more natural. Now, if you put, I'm breaking this down on the podcast that we're not even talking about, but
it's
for instance, Back to the Future on Blu-ray is one of the best conversions I think I ever seen, because it looks 10 times better than what it looked like in the VHS. It looked like the movie just came out in theater now.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched. I'm not sure if I've watched Back to the Future on Blu-ray, because I don't own it. And I think the last time I watched Back to the Future was on DVD.
Well, Back to the Future is coming out this year in 4K for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's when I'll buy it on.
If you want to do a conversion, like see the difference, watch it on Blu-ray, then put on the 4K, and then you're going to see that damn DeLorean look like it's coming out the damn screen. That's how detailed it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in terms of Uncut Gems, sorry we're doing this whole breakdown on
I appreciate you breaking down for me. I'm sure some of our listeners probably do too. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's the way the directors sit down with the editor and how they color grade. That's pretty much what it is. It's color grading. Because you could get a feel, okay, I could shoot one scene here, but once you color grade, that brings a whole different situation, because with color grading, you could bring out a great scene to life. Like, whoa, just by saturating a color or lowering down the colors, and you'd be like, oh, like a dream sequence is always white, foggy. if you notice in the movie.
Yeah, most of the time it is.
Yeah, so that's pretty much color grading. They're not shooting it white. They just dim the damn thing down. Like, let's just bring this down a little bit. I mean, it's lights everywhere. But anyway, so Uncut Gems, look, I liked it. I thought it was good. I think Adam Sandler should not get mad at the Oscars. I think what he should do is come out with another movie and do it even better than he did with Uncut Gems.
I mean, I don't think anybody should get mad at the Oscars. You know, it's just it's just a silly award show. You know.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that do I agree with them sometimes? Absolutely not. But the thing is that what people have to realize is
it doesn't take away from his performance and
no, it don't.
And the movie itself, you know, that's still going to be in history.
Yeah, and it's gonna be also going. Wow, did you see Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems? Is like one of his best movies. Like you're gonna go, no, you're gonna see it. Now, he didn't get an Oscar nod. Now, if you really put the top 5 guys that got nominated for Oscars and you go, Adam Sandler should be there? No. Christian Bale? No. Adam Driver? No. Those guys do that for a living. Adam Sandler, this is his first movie that he does. Like, people are just like I had problems when Lady Gaga got nominated for Best Actress. I was like, damn, she did one freaking movie. That she played a singer. Like,
she did a good job in that movie, but it was not an Oscar-worthy performance.
That's what I'm saying. They just did it for the name. And that's the problem that I have with the Oscars. And that's something we could talk about down the line. My thing with the award ceremony, I think what they're doing is they're picking people by their name and not their work. And that's the thing that gets me mad. Because if they go, this picture won Best Picture. When you sit down, the movie's a piece of crap, and you're going, wait, what the hell did they see that I didn't see? That's where I'm going, like when me and you said, okay, 1917 should have won. I think it should have won Best Picture of this year or last year, whatever. I think it should have. I didn't see Parasite. I didn't see Parasite.
I mean, I would have picked 1917 to win, but I'm not mad that Parasite won.
No, and that's the thing. I'm not going to say nothing about Parasite because I haven't seen it, but it compared the ones that I did see, which is Joker and 1917. I'm going to pick 1917. I'm happy that the Joker got nominated because it should have got nominated. But that's where I'm like, okay, now, for instance, Best Director, Todd Phillips, I have a feeling because he's a comedic director, they were like, oh, no. We can't give him Best Director. No. We're going to give it to the guy from Parasite.
Look, I mean, the director is everything. You know, if you think the Joker was an excellent film, then Todd Phillips is the one that was behind that. So he's the one that brought it all together. That's what the director does. So if you think the Joker is an awesome film, then Todd Phillips is absolutely worthy of being called one of the best directors of the year.
Yeah, but the fact that he did comedy, I guarantee you, is the same reason why Adam Sandler didn't get nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, people will be like, oh, his background is comedic, so why are we going to give him an Oscar if this is his first movie doing a real good movie? Like, you can't do that. Like, that's not the point of the award. Your award is to give it to someone that did the best work of that year. And to me, Todd Phillips, I didn't see. Sam Mendes should get it too, because that one shot was crazy.
Yeah.
But literally, to me, Tom Phillips should have won Best Director because he took a character, made him real, in a real situation, in a real world.
Yeah.
Comic book.
I wouldn't have had a problem with Todd Phillips winning. Again, like we're talking about, I know we're going off topic here, but we're talking about all these movies are in my top 5 of last year. Parasite, Joker, Uncut Gems, 1917. That's like my top 5 movies of 2019. So, I mean, it's like I'm not going to get mad if any of these movies win anything. Like, I don't care. Like, to me, like, that's why it was such a great Oscars this year as far as the winners, because a lot of people that I love their work won awards. So
no, I mean, I agree, but no, in terms of Uncut Gems, guys, if you have not seen Uncut Gems, rent it. It's already out. You can rent it, I bet, for like $6 on Apple or Amazon, or buy it. It's only $20 on Blu-ray.
But be careful when you go out there and buy it. You know, wash your hands. The cover is incredible. It's one of my favorite slipcovers.
Yeah, don't scratch it because it sucks.
It's a beautiful slipcover. It's like all metallic and shiny, and yeah, I love it.
And black.
And black.
That black silver.
It's incredible. Love it.
It is. It's a really good cover. But let's get right into the next review. Now, we're going to go into some virus movies. To me, this is one of the best. The best. To me, is number one on anybody's virus movie list. If you go, hey, name me that one movie on your virus list, everyone will go, dude, 1995 Outbreak. That's it. That's the king of the kings of Outbreak movies. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's just one of those movies you just go, hey, sir, what's your favorite virus? And they'll be like, oh, Outbreak, sir. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Well, it's like I was telling you before we started this, I haven't seen Outbreak since I was in high school because they used to show it like in downtime in science class, I remember. Like, that's when I remember watching that movie. It'd be like, oh, well, it's, I got to catch up on my grading, watch Outbreak, in biology.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, hey, you want to learn about germs and how you transfer diseases? Bam. Let's throw in some Dustin Hoffman, Outbreak. There you go. And then but again, this is an action drama thriller.
Yeah.
And it still holds up. Because I watched this yesterday. This movie still holds up.
Yeah.
Which is creepy.
I think I'm going to end up watching it. The only reason I've been holding back is because literally everybody has been watching and reviewing this movie. That and Contagion. And yeah, I've been kind of holding back because I didn't want to jump on the train. Or maybe I'll just wait till everybody else does it. But yeah, I think I'm going to end up watching it pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it for review. So I want everyone to know that I didn't do it for a review. I just went, wait a minute, we're doing a podcast on reviewing, doing more virus crap. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch these two movies, the king of the kings of virus movies. I was like, let me watch Outbreak again and see if it still holds up. And guess what? This movie still holds up. I haven't seen this in years.
I feel like it would be kind of cheesy, though.
It's a little corny. It wasn't. Well, I can't know. Let me take away the corniness. It's not corny. It's just it's Hollywoodish. Like they come out with the antivirus in like 2 seconds, and I'm like, that's very because my wife is into that. So she goes, it takes more than you take the monkey and you just make a little serum, and all of a sudden everyone's healed.
Yeah. Fun fact about the monkey: wasn't that the same monkey that played Marcellus in Friends?
Is it? I don't know. I don't watch Friends. No.
And you live right across the river from New York, and you never seen Friends?
Yeah,
I never seen Friends. They all live there. Yeah. So the character of Ross on Friends had a pet monkey who was in the first season, and I think he wasn't in any seasons after that. And I think it's because he got the job on Outbreak. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same monkey. They use the same acting monkey. I don't know. I'd have to double check that. I'm not 100%.
But let me just tell you though, Outbreak has a crazy star-studded cast. Like I didn't know the cast that they had around this until I sat down and went. Kevin Spacey is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Kevin Spacey,
Dustin Hoffman,
which I think she was beautiful. Renee Russo was in it. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
You got Cuban Goon Jr.
Yeah.
All right. You got cast. Freaking, huh?
That's a great cast.
It is. You got Donald Sullivan as the villain.
Really?
Yeah. You got Donald Sullivan.
There was a villain in that movie other than the virus?
Yeah. I call him the semi-villain because he wanted to blow up the town.
Yeah.
So he was a villain.
You saying that, now it's starting to come back to me. There was a town and they were going to blow it up and they were like seconds away from doing it and then they found the cure, right?
Yeah. And then Dustin Hoffman went on the helicopter and he was in front of the damn cargo plane. He said, "You're going to have to fly through me if you want to." So it's very Hollywood. But let me just tell you, when I laughed about that scene rewatching it and me and my wife was laughing.
I'm laughing, but they might be, I live in a small town, they might be coming to blow up my hometown in like 3 weeks when the virus breaks out here. Well,
you had Donald Sullivan, then you had Patrick Dempsey from Grey's Anatomy in it.
Really? P-Damp?
P-Damp was in it.
God damn.
He was the guy he was the first one to get hit with the virus. He was like the Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th to get killed. That's who he was.
I freaking love Patrick Dempsey because of the movie Can't Buy Me Love. It's like one of my favorite 80s movies.
Oh, man.
So it's like, look, I was a P-Damp fan before it was cool to be a P-Damp fan. When the Grey's Anatomy crap came out.
Well, P-Damp was in this movie and he got the virus quick. He got bit by the little monkey. Yeah, he's the first one to get it. Now, look, it still holds up. Like I said, it was a great cast. The storyline was pretty cool. You learn about even the scary scene where he looked into the air duct and he was like, "Oh my God, it's airborne." And I was like, "Oh my God!" But all right, so we'll end it here. Next week's episode, we have our top 5 recommended streaming movies.
Yes, top 5. Just however many you can bring. We'll talk about them all.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll recommend some. Well, actually, we're going to recommend a lot of movies you guys should check out and let us know at our pages so we can get back to you talk. So go ahead, plug in your stuff, sir.
Okay, guys. So you can find me at Mid-Level Movie Reviews on Instagram. I review movies pretty much weekly, 5-6 a week. I do Blu-ray shots, do top 10 lists. You can also follow me at Mid-Level Media, where I showcase all the latest physical media releases, and also I'm on YouTube at Mid-Level Media as well.
Yep. If you want to follow me, you could go to youtube.com at Ultra HD Geek, and then on Instagram, Ultra HD Geek, and also on Twitter. And you can follow us for Level of Geeks. You can follow us on Level of Geeks on Instagram, at Levels Geek on Twitter, and you can check out our website where we have our podcast, so you can check it out there, which would be levelsofgeek.lipsync.com. So every time a new episode pops up, you can check it out on the website they have there. Awesome. And also you could email us at levelsofgeekpodcast@gmail.com. Pretty much it. That's it. If you want us to review something and you want to hear about it, just let us know there. Give us recommendations and we'll check it out, and we'll have an episode.
We can shout you out as well. Give us your
we'll
pages.
shout people out.
Yeah.
I have no problem shouting people out. You want to get shouted out? Email us your names. We will shout you out. And your recommendation of movies. So, again, I'm Alex, and that's Ken. We will catch you later.
If you enjoyed this week's episode and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Or listen to us on the go from your favorite podcast provider.